Hey everybody, it is Kellen Nitro for Nitromaniac TV's wrestling channel, and this is a quick Nitro's take after what had wrapped up on Monday and Tuesday. The 2019 Superstar Shakeup took place both nights in Montreal at the Bell Center in front of what WWE had hoped was a hot crowd, and for the most part it was pretty hot, but nothing overly, all-star, we'll just put it that way. And I think a lot of that had to do with, hey, at WrestleMania, we all got what we wanted. We wanted Kofi as WWE Champion, we got that, and we wanted Becky Lynch as the Raw and SmackDown Women's Champion, and we got that as well. So, it's a tough gauge to sell. I think the crowd was really still into it, and it probably was one of the better choices in North America to have this show. Chicago being also another good crowd. You could probably have it in Vegas as well and have kind of a showy aspect to it. LA, stuff like that. But I think between Montreal and Chicago would probably be your best bets for crowds for this thing. Just the unfortunate thing is that I think that we're all just victims right now of getting what we want, and we're kind of a little wrestled out. So some of the changes that I want to talk about between the two shows, I really am intrigued with AJ Styles jumping from SmackDown to Raw, only because of the potential, obviously, of a Universal title match between him and Seth Rollins, and already the existing Raw main event scene. Of course, you still got your Braun Strowmans, your Drew McIntyres on the Raw side, but now it's bolstered with AJ Styles. So it's a definite change of scenery. It's going to be strange watching him on Monday nights, but it's one of the more interesting moves for sure. Likewise, the other way, Roman Reigns going to SmackDown. Obviously, they're playing up of a huge angle right now, with probably already a program of Roman Reigns and another arrival to SmackDown Live, Elias, going into Money in the Bank. Maybe they're both involved in a Money in the Bank match in some way, or maybe it's a one-off match between Roman and Elias. Maybe we even get that next week on SmackDown. We'll have to wait and see. But, with Roman going over to SmackDown Live, I think that moves a lot of the the issues that they would have having Seth versus Roman on Raw is very negated. Now you can have Roman go over there. The problem now is you got Roman versus Kofi potentially for WWE title maybe later on in the year, which is a fresh matchup, but man, it doesn't look good for Kofi for sure, for a long title reign. So bye title reign. But I mean, it depends, I guess. I mean, what say you? Throw it down in the comments below between those two changes, AJ to Raw, Roman to SmackDown. I think that's like the biggest move between both brands on the men's side. So Finn Balor from Raw moving to SmackDown and takes the Intercontinental title in tow with him, and then coming back the other way. It seems as though, even though it hasn't been announced, but the scuttlebutt rumor and innuendo is that Samoa Joe, I should say, is going to Raw with the U.S. title. So kind of a change of secondary mid-card belts. And I'm trying to remember when the last time it was that the U.S. title and the Intercontinental title switched brands. And I don't think during, obviously, this brand split it's happened. Maybe in the 2000s sometime they did, but I don't think even in the early 2000s when they first started doing the brand split, because the Intercontinental Champion was always on Raw and the U.S. Champion was always on SmackDown. So this might even be a first as well, that both these secondary belts have kind of flip-flopped, but very interesting. Definitely one of the more understated moves of the Superstar Shakeup. And of course, on the women's side, SmackDown's women's division is insane right now. It just got loaded up big time, of course, with Ember Moon jumping over, and then Kairi Sane joining up with Asuka. Obviously, it's going to be a team of like the Joshi Experience now, if we're talking about teams with the Experience name on it, versus the Iconics for the women's tag belts, which should be very interesting going forward. And of course, the dynamic with Becky Lynch now holding both belts. I don't like the fact that they broke up a free woman unit like the Riot Squad. I think that could have still had some legs to it for the tag titles, but with Liv Morgan moving to SmackDown Live. I'm not sure what they're trying to accomplish there. Maybe potentially have another free woman unit with Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville, and Liv Morgan potentially on the horizon on SmackDown Live. But even with Bayley jumping over, we didn't get our blow off with the Boston Hug between Sasha and Bayley, and that was something that a lot of people had I guess, pegged to happen after they lost the tag titles. So is that in relation to Sasha's contract issues with WWE, or her, not contract issues, but her demeanor, her rumored demeanor, her rumored issues with WWE creative right now? Who knows? That's, we'll find out in due time about it. But in one foul swoop through this on Tuesday night, SmackDown's women's division became the show practically to watch between the two brands. So all in all, I'll give the entire Superstar Shakeup a 6 out of 10. I think that it accomplished what it needed to accomplish. The problem is that I don't think a lot of people were very interested in it. I don't think it did a lot to garner enough interest over WrestleMania week and that stuff to really get people really pumped up and ready for it. I think because you had the NXT call-ups already in the weeks and months before Wrestle matches, guys like Aleister Black or Ricochet, and then you had Lars Sullivan show up on the Mania after, the Raw after Mania, I should say. And then the only real surprise out of this, I would say, would be Kyrie coming up to join with Asuka on SmackDown and leaving Io Shirai down in NXT for the time being. It seems to me that it is one of those things where the potential to do something big was there, but I think WWE did the big thing with flip-flopping Roman and AJ, and I think that was probably what they felt was going to be newsworthy enough as it is. But that's still a mega move. Whether it pays off in the long run remains to be seen. And obviously they want to make Roman the face of SmackDown when they go to Fox in the fall. So I think they found who their guy is and who they're going to try to anoint in that role. Anyways, folks, I'm Kellen Nitro. Thanks again for watching. Later days, happy wrestling watching. And throw your comment below. What did you think of the 2019 Superstar Shakeup? Was it lackluster, as I'm kind of thinking? Or was it kind of okay-ish? Or was it very good? Put it below. I want to see your thoughts. Thanks, guys.